warmed up just for a few minutes, and then we'll go into the healing sound. So you're going to breathe in, breathe out. It's called pulling down the heavens. Gather energy from the earth, energy from the heavens. Breathe out, push it through you. So breathe in. We're walking in through the gate into the practice room, leaving our daily life behind for a half an hour. Breathe in, breathe out. One more. Breathe in, breathe out. And then we're just trying to wake up our body a little bit before we start. So you just really, it's called shake the 9 gates. You just like really as loose as possible, lift your shoulders, and then you can raise and lower your hips, turn side to side, turn your neck. This is just the 9 gates. What happens in Qigong and for health is you want to keep all your joints and shoulders open so that energy, blood, and oxygen all go together to the same together. So you want to keep everything open so they can flow easily through your body. Get rid of any tension. We're going to try to warm up our internal organs a little bit. So this is called Dragon Shakes its Whiskers. Just go back and forth. You're turning. What's important is you're not turning your hips. Your hips are shifting back and forth a little bit, but you're turning your waist, and that's pushing your internal organs. They're all sticky from sleeping all night. Want to get them a little bit loosened up. So when we do the rest of the movements, can you keep doing that? I'm just going to start talking a little bit about the theory. There's 5 elements, and they're associated with each other. So you have metal, which is used for cutting things. So it's associated with the lungs and the intestines because they push out waste out of your bodies. Water, so it goes metal. Water condenses on metal, so metal supports water. The water comes next. That's the main thing. That's your kidneys, obviously, are associated with that, and your bladder. Water then feeds wood. Wood grows up. That's associated with your liver. You start wood on fire, so wood supports fire. Fire is your heart, and then after the fire has gone out, you're left with ashes. That's earth. So that's associated with your stomach. And then finally, you would extract metal from earth. And so you're back where you started. Anyway, so we're going to start with metal. So that's your lungs. And so what we're going to do is you're going to have your hands, thumbs out. You're going to have your hands about at the top of your floating ribs. What you're going to breathe in, so your hands are going to come up, and then you're going to turn your hands over, and now we're going to breathe out. You took a big breath. We're trying to expand our lungs on this because lungs are this, and the sound is hiss. So we're hiss. So on this one, we're working on our lungs. So you want to fill them up a lot, and you want to push out as much as you can. So you're going to breathe in, turn your hands over. We're going to do 3, so we're going to do 2 more. Going to come in, going to breathe in. So we're trying to find a hiss that vibrates our lungs, so we want to push out stale energy out of our lungs, vibrate them a bit to stimulate them. So the next one, so remember, water condenses on metal, so we go to water. That's your kidneys. So what you're going to do is usually rub your hands from it. Your kidneys are the center of your vitality, so you want to keep them warm. You can put your hands on your kidneys. Going to look up the sound for this is Chuu, Chuu. So we're going to breathe in, and then we're going to bend over. So we're kind of massaging our kidneys as we bend over. We push out against our kidneys. So we're going to breathe in. Breathe in. So that was water. Now water supports wood. Wood is the liver. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in. Your liver's on the right, so you're going to put your hand. I'll reverse so you can get it. So the sound is sh, S-H-I-I. So it's sh. So here we go. You're going to put your hand out here. You're going to breathe in, and then as we say the sound, you're going to lean away. You'll be leaning up, so you're taking the pressure off your liver, so you let fluids open up. So you're going to breathe in, and then okay, so that was wood. Now we start the wood on fire. That's of course, what would that be? Your heart. So that's where all the fire and emotions are in your body. So what we're going to do is we want to calm the heart. So that would be, so we're going to go the other side. So you're going to lean. Okay, you're going to lean to the right. So I'm going to lean. I'm mirroring you. So your hand's going to come up. You're going to breathe in, and then okay, so now we have the fire's gone out. We have ashes. That's earth. The sound for earth is oh. I'll go over where these sounds come from in a minute. So you're going to put your hands on your stomach. Stomach is associated with earth. So you're going to breathe in, and then you're going to push in. You're going to pull in your navel and oh. 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 So what's happening is each organ has an associated emotion. So for earth, it's worry, and that's why it's your stomach. What happens is when you worry, you get ulcers. So you want to condition your stomach, so you want to use the sound to dissipate worry. So once again, so the sound of, what did we say when we're worried? Oh. So we use that sound actually to dispel it. So if you put your hands, we'll stay with your stomach. We'll do them backwards now. So it's worry for the stomach, and oh. So earth came from the ashes of the fire. So we're going backwards now. We're going through the cycle backwards. You usually don't do this, but so that's fire. That that's your heart. But what happens with your heart? You get manic. You get your heart's out of control, so you get manic behavior, your manic thinking. So you want to calm the heart. And what do we do when we see something that's nice? We go, ah. So that's the sound for calming your heart. So once again, you're gonna, go out. You're gonna breathe in, and you're, ah. So you're trying to dissipate balance the negative emotion for the heart. And so where did the fire come from? The fire came from wood. That's liver. So associated with liver is anger. And so that's in the liver. Anger stored in the liver in Chinese medicine. So, but what do we do when we're angry? We use the SHI word, shh, right? So that's actually the sound also for dissipating the anger. So you're going to breathe in, and it's shh. Okay, and then wood came from water. Water is, let's see, water is, sorry, we're going backwards, so I couldn't remember. Okay, so water's Chuu, yeah, so we're trying to get rid of worry. So we're here, you're going to breathe in, and then it's Chuu, so you're okay, and then finally is that came from metal. Metal is associated with your lungs, and what do you do with your lungs? You sob, and that's what. So your lungs associated with grief. So you want to get rid of all that that was hiss. So you're breathing in, hiss. All right, so there's the emotions. You use the sounds not only to vibrate the emotion, the organs and try to strengthen them, get rid of stale energy, but you're also trying to dissipate the negative, balance that organ to get rid of the negative emotion associated with it. So what we're going to do is, what you can do during the week is you can either pick one organ, like if you want to have like, you can pick one organ and do it for one minute, 3 times during the day. Remember, we're trying to get you to have a 3-minute daily practice. Or you can go through. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through them as if it's a little form. So we're going to start with metal. So we're here, breathe in. Yes. Okay, metal makes water, kidneys. Okay, water makes wood, that's the liver, so sorry, wood makes fire. Fire makes ash, earth. Actually, and how do you end it all? How many sounds are there in the 5-element system? 6, because there's 2 kinds of fire. So there's another one where you, at the end, you reach up to the heavens where the fire is, and it's He. So if you want to do it 3 times, we'll go through just making the sound. So that was a little form you have to do the 6 sounds. So you're going to, so your metal, clearing the lungs, the grief. Now that goes to water. Get rid of. Sorry, water is fear. That's, you can think of fear of drowning. Okay, that makes wood. That's anger. So you're going to come, going to breathe in, and that's and then manic, overjoy, and that's the heart. Okay, that was fire. That leaves earth. You get rid of worry. And then you close it off by gathering the energy from heaven. So if you just want to stimulate and clear your organs, have a little bit of health, you can just go through that form a couple times a day. When you stop, you're waiting. It can be your exercise snack for the day that you have a couple times during the day. Now, there's another one that's called, they're the same, but you can, like, a little bit more vigorous. Basically, they're the same, but basically what you do is when you make the sounds, you drop down and you bend your knees so you can actually get a little bit more. So we'll do that. So we're coming here, breathe in, you turn your hands out. But now you drop down if you can. If you can't, just stay standing as you make the hiss. Okay, now you're going to do water, which is your kidneys. Now as you say Chuu, you can also bend down. You're pressing against your kidneys, but you're dropping. Chuu. So you can either use this to also engage your lower body as you're doing it, or you can stay with this just standing. That was water. What's water make? Wood. So we're here. So what we're going to do with this is you're going to come up. See, I have to reverse you. So your kidneys on your right side. So we're going to shift to the left. I'm going to mirror you. So you're going to shift to the left and you're going to pick up the toes. And you're going to put your hand there. And this time it's going to be the same thing, except you're going to shift your weight onto your left leg. And you're going to breathe out, and it's going to let you bow a little bit deeper. You want to keep your shoulders straight as opposed to twisting. So, and it's the same for the heart. You shift your weight to the other leg, lift up your toes, hand comes over. This is just if you want a little bit more movement, you can stay with it. So that was heart, that was fire. So now we have earth, and it's the same thing. You're here. And then you're going to come up, and when you do this, you do something called Ba stance. So you point your toes in, and then you lower your knees so they go toward each other as you come down, and you seal everything off. So those are going to do the deep stance. So we're going to go through those once. If you don't want to do the deep stance, you just do them standing up, working the organs. You don't have to go up and down. So we're going to breathe in. So that was metal, water. Water, wood. Sorry, I'm reversing you. So, yeah, I'm reversing you. So you're this way. Reversed heart. Okay, that was fire, and then it's earth. Earth, let's see what we're doing. Earth, sorry, earth is who. I think I've been doing it wrong. Earth is who, because you go, oh, it's worry, and what do we do when we're worried? Oh, so earth, I'll try to go through and correct it. Earth is ho, so ho. And then your energy. Okay, I can't remember if I did it wrong during the lesson, but I'll just go through. So you've got metal, that's your lungs, grief, so that's hiss, trying to clear everything out. Hiss. Then that goes to water. Water is your kidneys, that's chuu. Chuu. And then you go to your liver where anger is, so it's shh. You go to the heart where there's anxiety over emotion. And then once again, I think I got this wrong. This is worry for your stomach, so you're oh. So those are the five. All right, we usually go for 20 half an hour, so we have 9 minutes left. So if that was, you can either stick with that. I'm going to go through the sounds again, so you can either just stick with those, even the just very first ones, to go through and do it. But the other thing is there's animals associated with it. And why do you do the animals? The animals are a little bit more vigorous, so it's like you're squeezing things a bit more. So I'm just going to go through them. You can see them, or as we do the sounds, you can just stay with the postures basically that we did at the beginning. Okay, so we're going to start. We're going to start with metal, and that's the white tiger. Metal is white, so you're going to make claws. So you're going to come up. It's almost the same, but instead of just having your hands up there, open up. You're going to make tiger claws. You're going to come up, breathe in, and then it's the white tiger. Then we go to the kidneys. That's bear. The way you do bear is you take your hand up, you open up your hand, and you're just going to bend the top fingers. Bears have these huge paws with claws that come out at the top. So you're going to be here. So that hand, one hand goes to your kidney, the other hand goes in front. You're going to shift, and you're going to look over your shoulder. You're going to twist around to look over your shoulder as you say the sound. So we're going over. We have to do both kidneys, so you switch. This hand comes up, nice bear claw, shift, and then look over your shoulder. Okay, so that was bear. The water. Water makes wood, so you have the green deer. So what you do is the deer has antlers, and what you're going to do is you're going to crouch down. This one you start crouched down, but you're going to reach up, and you can think of it as your antlers growing, or there's like they're trying to eat the leaves up there. So you're coming down, you're going to breathe in, and then so you're bending down and breathing in. All right, the next is your heart. The heart is associated with fire. Fire is associated with red birds. So we're going to do a red hawk, red-tailed hawk. So what you're going to do is now it's like, remember, we're working on a heart. So you're going to raise up your arms. That's expanding your heart. And then when you lower your wings, that's compressing. So you're... Do one more. So that was your fire. Now it's earth. There's ashes left. This is actually kind of funny. It's monkeys. So what you're doing is you've got your stomach meridians run up the front of your legs. So you're gonna be like a monkey. You're kind of like little going over, but you're gonna come up, rub the meridians on the front of your legs, bring your shoulders up. We tell you never to bring your shoulders up, but this is a special case. And then you breathe down and you go down that and you push your hands down. Right, so the monkey, remember the sounds. Oh. 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 And the last sound is the same. You come up and so we'll just do the little animal form, doing one at a time, like it's also a little form. Okay, so you're starting with white tiger, which is the metal. So we're coming up. Breathe in. Now you're making claws, and you're... Okay, now it's water, so that's the bear. So you're coming up, make your bear claw, shift to one side, breathe in, and then as you look over your shoulder, breathe in. Okay, that was water. So next is wood. It's the deer. So you make your antlers, you bend down, breathe in, and then sorry, we're doing what are we? The liver. It's shh, and then coming down. Wood makes fire, so that's the red hawk. So okay, fire makes earth, that's the monkey, so we're here. Come up, and then we're coming up. So what you can do is you can just do the 5, either pick some organ you want to work on. If you're trying to get rid of anger, you can just work on your liver, or you can just do the 5 of them, cycle around, do them once, or you can do, say, each one 3 times and then go to the next one to make a little form for yourself. The idea, once again, is to vibrate that organ, to cleanse it out, to get rid of, to stimulate it a bit. You use the sound. That's what the sound is, vibrating that. And then you use the movement to kind of accentuate the sound. So that was a lot, to do in one. I'll try to make a separate 1-minute video just of the form. So you can, if you want, you can just like go through the form with me. I won't do any talking. I'll just make the sounds, and then I'll make a short, and then if you go on YouTube, it'll just keep rerunning itself. Okay, so we're going to pull down the heavens, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and one more time, breathe in, breathe out, and then we clap, body mind, because we did something good for our body and our mind. Okay, so Thank you for coming. That was